I got a little sex juice going on here. Welcome back, guys, to my natural habitat. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna be talking today. We have a good video today. I'm gonna need you guys to drop that thumbs up button down below the video, because we're gonna be riding 50 miles to Fort Lauderdale because they have a Yamaha R9 there at the dealership. And we're going to be talking about why the R9 may or may not be the bike for you. There you go, full gas. We're ready to go. Let's make sure we have our GPS ready. So the Yamaha R9. We're gonna go see that right now. Dude, this wind, guys, it's like 30 mile an hour wind gusts. Like, I feel like I am riding in a tropical storm for no reason, because we're not in a tropical storm. Damn, this thing's windy as hell. So we're going to Broward Motorsports up here in Fort Lauderdale to go check out this R9, which I believe is the only dealership in the southeastern United States to have an R9 at the dealership, ready to be explored, ready to be touched, fondled, you know, stuff like that. And hopefully we can get someone to talk to us about why someone would choose the R9 over maybe a ZX6R or 3636, you know? But I feel like the bike gets a lot of hate, but I understand where the hate is coming from, because people want to think that it's a substitute for something, and I don't think it is, but at the same time, it low-key kind of is. Like, obviously you guys aren't making something anymore, right? In the European market, you guys aren't getting the R1, so I would be extremely upset if I was stuck with the R9, because it's a reduction of power of like 60 horsepower, maybe more, I believe. So I would be upset if I was in Europe, but I'm not in Europe, I'm in the US, so we can still get the R1s and the R1Ms. So it's not a substitute for the R1 for us. But what people have been saying is that it definitely is a substitute for the R6. And the thing is that with the R9, I mean, you clearly need 300 more cc's to produce similar horsepower to the R6. But again, that's just because of the Euro 5 emissions, as well as Euro 6 that are already being imposed. And I heard, because I was watching the new Porsches that came out, the GT3, they're already talking about Euro 7. And Euro 7, they think it's going to be coming out within the next 2 years. So, I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse. At least for the people in Europe. So the R9 is getting a lot of bad heat, not because of the looks, because that's very subjective. I feel like that just, you know, it is what it is, that's how it looks. And besides, most of you guys are going to modify all of that stuff in the aftermarket space, so it is what it is. But a lot of people are giving it hate because of the power figures. So it's almost a 900cc bike producing the same horsepower as the 600s. Hence why people think it's a substitute for the 600. It sits a little bit more comfortable than the traditional sporty 600s like the ZX6R, the CBR 600, and the old R6, but it's just a different era of motorcycle. Like, there's obviously, like, it's like when Porsche went from like air-cooled to liquid-cooled, and people threw a fit. And then they went carbureted, cars went from carbureted to fuel injected, and people throw a fit. I mean, it's just the way that things progress. It's just the way that things are. Obviously, it is what it is because of the regulations, like EPA emissions and stuff like that. And I mean, that's just out of your control unless you literally sit on the board and you can make those kind of decisions. But if you don't comply with the Euro emissions, like, you can't sell the bike in Europe. So what are you going to do? Not make money? Well, then the dealerships won't be here to sell you those bikes in the future. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, where people are like, dude, I'm not gonna pay that much for an R9 that's producing the same horsepower as like the R6s of the world. But the thing is, if you don't buy those bikes, the dealerships will go out of business, and therefore you won't be able to buy those bikes in the future anyways. So I feel like the people that do give it a little bit more hate are the people that have been ready for a while, the people that have been ready for a longer time, where they just have seen this trend happen and they're just not happy with the trend. And I mean, I can totally see that, because in the car space it's exactly the same. The only difference is that in cars you modify, right? So historically, obviously in the Mustangs, you had the V8s, and they came out with the EcoBoost, which is basically a way for the manufacturer to get away with continuing making the normal V8s while adhering to an average emissions standard for the whole brand as a whole, basically. So they're able to lower the engine capacity, so they're able to lower the displacement, and then just add a turbo, or add two for that matter. And that's just how they've been able to get away with the lower displacement numbers, or the lower displacement numbers. But the thing is that on the bike you can't really do that unless you're Kawasaki, and then you just put a supercharger on things. But you can't really do that on a bike. You don't have the space, you don't have the frame to just be like, hey, you know what, we're going to lower the displacement. So instead of, for example, being an R9, we're going to make it an R4, but we're going to give it a turbo. Like, you can't do that on the motorcycles. That's just not how that works. So they have to increase the displacement while messing with the catalytic converters. I heard the new GT3, the Porsche GT3 has 4 catalytic converters in order to pass emissions testing. 4. If you want to get rich, just steal the cats off the fucking Porsche GT3, bro. Like, you're gonna be chilling. But yeah, it's just, it is what it is. And I say that a lot in life. Like, a lot of things are just, it is what it is. You can't really do nothing about it. I mean, at least you have the, used bikes that you can still buy before these emission policies were implemented. The thing is that you obviously don't have warranty, you don't have that security, and a lot of them are already modified, so you don't know if they were dodgy installs or not, blah, 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 blah. And that's understandable, but, you can't have your cake and eat it too. That's just not how that works. And we are getting thrown around by the wind like a rag doll. This wind's real hard. But going back to the R9, like I was saying, that's just a matter of the situation. And so they increased the displacement to kind of nerf the engine a little bit, right? So they're nerfing the engine, because that R9 I'm sure it can make more power, but they're kind of nerfing it a little bit to pass the emissions testing. But how do they supplement let's say the quote-unquote lack of power? How do they supplement the lack of power? Well, you're getting upgraded suspension, which is going to come on the R1. You're getting Brembo brakes. You're getting a shit ton of technology, quick shift up and down. Like, that's the trade-off that's being made nowadays between power and tech. Like, yes, you're getting quote-unquote less power, but you're getting more features on the bike. Oh my god, it's a blue Cybertruck. What the hell? Look at that thing. Man, you can tell we're in for a lot of deal. Look at that freaking thing. It's a blue Cybertruck. Here we go, Broward Motorsports, guys. Dude, I think every Charger now is undercover, bro. What the hell? Ah, we're just gonna park it here, bro. I mean, let's check out this R9, brother. Hello. What do you got? Oh, it's over there. The R9. Never mind. Yeah, thank you. Alright, let's see this fucking thing. I'll tell you what, definitely looks better in person than it does in the pictures. Yeah, it looks way bigger. On the Brembo brakes, the KYB suspension front and rear. Or it's on the other side, I think. Yeah, right there. I mean, dude, it definitely looks way better in person. That blue in person looks so nice. Like, the pictures don't do it justice. The wings are actually not... I mean, from this angle, it looks weird, right? But I can already see people making that carbon fiber, changing the front shield for carbon fiber as well. But the thing is that it's connected to the... Oh no, it's not connected to the side skirt. Yes, you can just change that one piece. Let me see. Yeah, that's right here. You could literally just take it off. I like put carbon fiber ones. Tail tidy out. The tail looks good, like the tail section. Like it reminds me of the R1. Like that meaty tail. Does that sound weird? Meaty tail. The mirrors for sure are gonna have to go. Things look freaking huge. You got aftermarket levers. The black is not bad though. I mean, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's kind of like pearlescent. There's the one bolt there. And I think the black part goes all the way to the front. Yeah, it goes all the way to the front. Is this steel braided? Steel braided brake lines? That's impressive. Steel braided brake lines, dude. This is pretty badass. Can't even sit on it, bro. I wanted to sit on it to see how it feels. The tank looks huge. Like, the tank looks so high. Like, my 600... My CBR 600 is not that high. Like, there's no way now. It looks good, dude. I mean, it looks... The steel braided brake lines all the way, like, in the front. That's just pretty sick. Because it's... You don't have to deal with that headache and the ABS, like, after the fact. And it's something people do anyways. 12,500. What do you guys think? Now that I see it in person, it looks so much crazier. I mean, it's not like crazy looking, but it does look nice. 12,500. A ZS6R, 12,300, I think it is. 12,299. Tricky stuff, bro. Tricky stuff. I mean, it does look good. It does look better in person. And it does look bigger in person than it does in the footage or the videos, pictures. Pretty fucking sick, bro. Pretty fucking sick. I mean, aftermarket modifications on this thing are probably going to be insane, and they're going to make it look even better. You take off the tail tidy, right? You do a low mounted exhaust. You change this to carbon fiber. And then you change the front to carbon fiber. Take off the mirrors. Not shabby, bro. Not too shabby. Carbon fiber chain guard. Yeah, carbon fiber chain guard. You can put it on there. And on this carbon fiber as well. Aftermarket levers. And you're good to go. This or the R9.
Okay.
This definitely looks smaller. Like in terms of the width.
We ain't lost the game yet.
Yeah, it looks. But you don't have the electronic display. You don't have Brembo brakes. Yeah. You don't have the suspension. You don't have steel braided brake lines. Like that's the reason why that R9 is such a good deal. You get so much more. Oh, this has an aftermarket exhaust though. Well, this is not for sale. This is someone's bike. Or maybe it is for sale. For the price, like, can you get the... Is it worth getting the ZS6R? I don't think so. What's up?
You like it?
Yeah. I was saying it looks better in person than on the videos.
I think so too. Right?
I was looking because they have a ZX6R that I guess someone owns. Bro, this is... You have the suspension, steel braided brake lines, Brembo brakes.
I love the steel braided.
And these are the updated ones too.
Yeah. And this is... I mean...
Adjustable rear set as well.
Yep. They don't have they didn't put the exhaust on it though. So that's why it looks better. Because that exhaust is ugly.
No, this one's ugly, yeah.
Yeah.
You have an exhaust, take this off.
Yep. I was saying you can make this carbon. I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket carbon.
Yeah,
yep.
absolutely.
Take off the mirrors.
Cool carbon.
Yeah, this is actually one piece. I thought it was connected to the, but it's not. So this is like its own individual piece.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right
and
here.
eventually they'll make it, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so you could.
Because we've had this motor before. We have.
Yeah.
MT-09.
And the MT-09, yeah.
We have this motor, so we know exactly what it is. But
Yeah.
this is probably tuned a little bit better for
Yeah.
highway,
Longer gearing.
gearing.
Yeah. I mean, for 12,500, which is what they're gonna sell for, like it's kind of a no-brainer.
Best bang for your buck.
It's going to be a little bit more, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
I
going
think
to.
the retail's 12.5, but obviously at a dealer.
It's 12.
Yeah.
12.2 MSRP, so you're going to be spending a little bit over 14,000.
Yep.
But I mean, it's cool. It's very unique.
And it doesn't look. It kind of looks bigger than what it is, though. Like if you compare it, obviously it's a 900, right?
I really want to sit on it.
I know. I wanted to sit on it too to see how it feels, but.
That's a nice. The display's nice.
Yeah, the display's nice. Looking at the ZS6R, like it's analog, so this is way better when it comes to the display. Like, dude, it's.
Yeah.
And you get cruise control on this side.
Yeah, and quick shift up and down.
Yep. It's the improved one. So now,
Look how big this
while you're in throttle,
Yeah, you can shift.
you can downshift as well.
That's crazy.
When you're off throttle, you can upshift as well. Before, you had to keep in throttle and then upshift.
That's crazy.
Now you can.
Yeah, because when I was first learning the quick shifter, I was having a hard time like figuring out you gotta let go of the throttle before you
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I feel like the reason people hate it is because of the power figure. Like they see a 900 and they're like, but only 117 horsepower. But it's like, bro, that's just.
Competitor, but it's not.
Yes. Like this is not meant to compete with the R1.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
$12,000 bike, that's a $20,000.
Yeah.
They will never compete with it.
No, it's.
But I'm glad they're still making the CP4.
But this thing on a track would be fun, I think. And for road riding, it's great.
This was mine.
That's sick, bro.
So that was the 21.
That's sick. I like the exhaust. I'm sure that thing sounded loud as hell.
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was
he
really
has the
fun.
21 in black.
Nice, bro.
He still has it.
I have mine outside as a CBR 600. So I was looking at this to kind of like see and.
This thing's fun, bro.
To be honest,
want
I mean
this.
they're cool.
I love the engine.
I'd rather
The 3.
you would like the R1, I think, a little bit better.
So would you guys upgrade? Because you guys have the MT-09. Would you upgrade the?
He just sold this, he's upgrading the MT-10.
I'm buying an MT-10.
Oh, okay. So you're going for more power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He likes
and
the naked
I like how
platform.
it has the cruise control.
Gotcha.
All the electronics that the R1 has.
Yeah.
On the MT-10.
Yep.
What else? Just the CP4 sound, you know. I love the.
So for you, would you sell the MT-09 and get the?
Thinking about it, I really am.
Now he's gonna.
Because it's only like $3 or $4 grand on top of
Yeah.
trade-in.
Are you doing the demo thing today?
No, no,
You're not?
no.
Okay. But yeah, he's gonna try it in MT-09, the 24 MT-09 SP.
Yeah, found out today.
And it's gonna be between that and this.
That and this, probably.
So would you get the R9? I feel like the only person that's getting an R9 is someone with an older 600 to get that new tech, because I mean it's the most technologically advanced bike for its class out there. Like, you're not gonna find anything with more tech apart from that. So what do we think? Oh man, I'm so conflicted. It looks so much better in person. Like, the videos do not do it justice, and I think the pictures also don't do it justice. It looks so much better in person. I feel like with the new tech, man, it's gotta be definitely a consideration. Like, why would you get the ZS6R? Like, yes, it has more power, but dude, with all that tech, cruise control, like the quick shift up and down, dude, the upgraded suspension, like steel braided lines, bro, that's a good bang for your buck, man. Like, I didn't want to like it because a lot of like the online was like hating on this bike, but bro, after seeing it, like, dude, it's a real contender out there, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, like, that shit's serious. For anyone looking at the 600 cc bikes, like, that has to be up there in consideration. Like, there's no way it's not. There's no way it isn't. But let me know what you guys think down below. Are you guys gonna get the R9? And if so, what are you trading it from? Is it an MT-09? Is it an R7? Let me know in the comments down below. Is it worth the $12,500? In my opinion, hell yeah, it's worth the $12,500. With that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys right there. I'm gonna cruise home. I-95 is always a shit show, always so much fucking traffic. So I'll leave you guys there. You guys ride safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.